Hi, this is Scott with Android Guys Reviews. I'm here with Luke.
Hey.
Luke, what's going on today?
Oh, not much. I got a game to talk about.
All right, talk about it.
All right. It is football time,
Yes.
and I have been playing a football game.
Okay.
I have been playing a game called Retro Bowl. And what this game is remember Tecmo Bowl from the NES?
Oh, yeah. I'm old enough.
It's that.
Okay, it is.
Pretty much.
All right.
It's not the same, like, it's not the licensed NFL players.
Sure.
So there's, generic names for guys.
There's no Bo Jackson.
No.
That can run all day.
No. But there are all the teams.
Okay.
And it's that 8-bit style graphic.
Top-down stadium.
Top-down stadium, side,
Running left to right.
Yep, left to right.
Yeah.
Pixel graphics, guys. It's interesting with touch controls. So when you're picking a running play, so all you play is offense. You don't play defense.
Okay.
Defense is just simulated. But offense, you can hit, there's a blue circle. So you see the arrows for your plays, where your receivers are going to run or what your running back's going to do on a play. And you can pick the blue circle around your running back if you want to do a running play. Or if you want to do a passing play, you touch your quarterback and pull back.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gives you a arched dotted line for where you're going to throw. And if you tap with a different finger while you have your quarterback under control, it'll change it to more of a bullet style pass. So that arc will, straighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
You can throw a little bit of more of a laser shot. And that's it. So you have, based on the play that's picked for you, you have a chance to call an audible and change the play. But based on what's picked for you, you might have a star over a receiver if he's open or if the play is designed for that player. And then based on your roster, on how good that player is, will be, whether he catches it or whether he runs the route well, or how fast he is if he does catch it, how, if he can get away from a defender, or how much stamina does he have if he's running to the end zone.
Okay.
And it's really interesting because it feels, if you have a running back that is very fast but has low stamina, he'll burst out of from the back line and get, past the 10-yard line. But as he gets, 15 yards into his run, he'll slow down and you'll see defenders start catching up faster.
Nice.
And so it's interesting, there's a good balance and you have control. So as you play the game, you're playing the game, but you're also the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So you're controlling, and you're the general manager. So you're controlling, you can upgrade your stadium conditions, and you don't pick what you're upgrading. You can upgrade your stadium conditions, your training facility, your rehab facility, and your, there's one more. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
And this is all in service of making your players perform better?
Players perform better, and your fans like you more. Oh,
because you care about the gate, right? The ticket?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's also a draft. So you can draft players at the beginning of a season, or you can do trades in the middle of the season. It'll pop up and say, Washington wants to offer you this player for your 3rd round pick next year or something. And then there's free agents you can sign and staff you can hire, and everybody's based on a different amount of stars. So they have a star rating, 2 stars or 1 star or 4 stars. And everybody has a different kind of, you can adjust your salary cap based on how well you're doing.
This is interesting. And so it's, to me, it's kind of like 2 different experiences.
Yes.
I love the simplicity of the retro throwback football, but then there's the whole simulation of team ownership.
Yeah.
How does it lean in one direction more than the other?
No, it's a good balance of both. And things will pop up between games of, you'll see your breakdown of how you did, and you can see your roster and you can have there's player morale, how happy they are with the team, or based on their performance, or based on, after the game, it'll say like, hey, the QB or seem to be having a problem today. What do you think? In like a press conference, and you can have a choice of backing the player and boosting his morale, or blaming the player and maybe gaining a coaching credit, which is like an in-game money that you can use to improve other things or hire new
That's
people.
interesting.
So it gives you chances to kind of like, play the, the manager of managing this brand, not necessarily just being a coach.
Do you feel like you have to do those aspects, or can you, if you want to just kind of, I'm just here to play the old school game?
I mean, I think you could probably pick whatever you wanted and just play, but it does affect, if a player is unhappy, they perform worse.
Sure. Well, that's the interesting thing is the AI
Mm-hmm.
and the smarts that can go into a game today that we didn't have
Right.
in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
To say this game feels more real.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then for this, the teams, are they just named after the cities, or does it say?
No. So I mean, like I picked Cleveland.
So is it the Browns?
It is the Browns.
Interesting.
And they're the colors. There are no logos.
Okay.
So I haven't seen any logos. So I'm not quite sure how that works. I don't know if they license just the names.
Mm-hmm.
And colors are just colors, so I don't think that matters.
Sure.
But there's no symbols, there's no like mascots, there's nothing of that in the game.
Okay.
The game's free.
All right.
Free to play. There is an unlimited version for 99 cents that gets you the ability to change player names and do, have a little bit more control if you want to create a team of all your friends or something like that. You can do that. And then there are in-app purchases. You can purchase more coaching credits if you want to, have money to hire better people and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by it. I was thinking I was just downloading a Tecmo Bowl ripoff. Yeah. And it seems like there's a lot more meat on the bones than I thought. Mm-hmm. I gave it a 3.6.
All right. So well above average.
Yeah. A good score. Features mostly is the reason, because it is a simulator and a football game. So it has both sides of it, and it does it in such a way where you can do both and not feel like the back office or the front office stuff doesn't seem like a hindrance to going and playing. It's it's really a couple taps and you're back to playing football.
Okay.
If you're picking yes or no, you're picking, do I want to hire somebody? Do I want to accept this trade? It usually only gives you 3 things to do, and then you're back to either you can go into your roster and do what you want as you want to do it, or you can just go to the next game and start playing.
Okay.
You can sim games if you want. If you don't want to play it, you can just sim it. And you can just do the back office stuff if you want, or the front office stuff if you want.
Okay.
There are weather effects. You can add weather, and that's interesting. There are different. You can change like quarter lengths. It's set on 2-minute quarters, so it's pretty fast games. You can knock out. I knocked out half a season the other night when I was watching Arcane. I was just watching some episodes of that show and knocked out 6 or 7 games.
Cool.
I was doing that. It's graphics, audio, it is what you expect. It's chiptune kind of idea and 8-bit graphics. Replay value is real high because it's very easy, and you can get into a game really fast and just start playing. There's not a lot of tutorial to get in. There's not really many controls, and it's all pretty intuitive. I found that when you're throwing the ball, it can be a little hard to judge exactly where it's going to go based on, because it takes into effect how far back you're pulling. So if you pull farther back, the ball will go farther forward. But depending on how, if you want to throw a short, I've overthrown people plenty of times by thinking, not paying attention how far back I was pulling my QB.
Gotcha.
Ads and notifications, it doesn't pop up with anything of like, hey, you need to play or anything like that. But if you do play the free version and don't have the unlimited, it will ask you probably between every 2 or 3 games, hey, did you know we have an unlimited option you could unlock for 99 cents? Do you want to?
But not overly intrusive.
No, you can just say no and just keep playing.
Okay.
But it will ask you unless you have bought it, and then obviously that goes away.
So
man,
that
solid.
was a 3.6.
3.6.
And the game one more time.
Retro Bowl.
Retro Bowl. All right. Thank you, Luke.
No problem.